I welcome you all to my 17th lecture on digital signal processing, that is UEC 502, for electronics and communication engineering students and electronics and computer engineering students. Today we will discuss the design of linear phase FIR filters using different window functions. The desired frequency response is HD omega. If I will take its inverse DTFT, I will get unit sample response HDN. Now, using the conventional DTFT and inverse DTFT formulas, HD omega is equal to summation n running from minus infinity to infinity HDN e raised to minus j omega n, and HDN is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to pi HD omega e raised to j omega n d omega, that is inverse DTFT. And looking at this formula, as HDN is observed to be infinite in duration, therefore we must truncate it at some point to make it realizable. Let us assume that truncation point is n is equal to m minus 1, which leads to an FIR filter of length m, as discussed in the previous lecture. The truncation of HDN to a length m minus 1 is equivalent to multiplying HDN by a rectangular window Wn, and it follows that Hn is equal to HDN into Wn is equal to unit sample response of FIR filter. Here the rectangular window in time domain is equal to Wn is equal to 1 for n 0, 1 to m minus 1 and 0 otherwise. Now if I will incorporate or substitute value of m at different values of n here, I will find that Hn is equal to Hdn for n 0, 1 to m minus 1 and 0 otherwise. So only finite values of Hdn, finite samples of Hdn are considered in Hn, that is unit impulse response of FIR filter. Here Hn is equal to Hdn into Wn, and by taking its DTFT, I can show that in frequency domain H omega is equal to HD omega linearly convolved with W omega by 2 pi. Here W omega is DTFT of Wn, that is W omega is equal to summation n running from 0 to m minus 1 Wn e raised to minus j omega n, and that is frequency domain representation of rectangular window function. Now here, using the concept of signal system, I can express it like this, that is H omega is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to pi H dv W omega minus V into dV, that is periodic linear convolution. Now we will focus first on the frequency domain characteristics of rectangular window. For that, I will calculate DTFT of rectangular window, which is equal to W omega, and it is equal to 1 minus e raised to minus j omega m over 1 minus e raised to minus j omega, equal to e raised to power minus j omega m minus 1 by 2 sine omega m by 2 over sine omega 2, sine omega by 2. Now its magnitude response is magnitude of sine omega m by 2 divided by magnitude of sine omega by 2 as shown, and from this is phase information, and the piecewise linear phases corresponding to rectangular window is phi omega is equal to minus omega m minus 1 by 2 when sine omega m by 2 is greater than equal to 0, and it is minus omega m minus 1 by 2 plus pi when sine omega m by 2 is less than 0. Now what happens here? If sine omega m by 2 is giving some negative value, then that negative sign in phase is pi. So I have added pi here. The corresponding figure or figure related to magnitude response of rectangular window is shown further. And these are some properties of rectangular window. in frequency domain, the width of main lobe is 4 pi by m. Therefore, as m increases, the main lobe becomes narrower. The width of each side lobe decreases with an increase in m, and the height of each side lobe increases with an increase in m, such that area under each side lobe remains invariant to the changes in m. The convolution of HD omega and W omega has the effect of smoothing HD omega. As m increases, W omega becomes narrower, and the smoothing effect provided by W omega reduces. This is very important. As m increases, W omega becomes narrower, and the smoothing effect provided by W omega reduces. Here the convolution is taking place, and through this operation, a smoothing effect should occur. The large side lobes of W omega result in some undesirable ringing effect in the FIR filter frequency response H omega, and also give rise to relatively larger side lobes in H omega. When we will discuss FIR filter frequency response, I will show you this ringing effect that comes into picture because of large side lobes of W omega. But what we need this, that is, the undesirable effects can be alleviated, that is reduced, by the usage of such windows that don't exhibit abrupt discontinuities in time domain and have correspondingly low side lobes in their frequency domain characteristics. So this I want, such window I want to reduce the undesirable effects. Now I have plotted the normalized magnitude response of rectangular window, and here with respect to normalized frequency. Here I have plotted response for two values of m is equal to 25 and m is equal to 49. Now I want to make it clear that I have normalized the amplitude. Therefore, I will not comment about, based on this plot, I will not comment about the height of the side lobes, but I will focus on the width. So look at this. As m increases, the width of main lobe decreases. Width of side lobes is also decreasing with the increase in the value of m. You look at this, for m is equal to 25, the width of main lobe is very high. For m is equal to 49, width of main lobe is less. Even the width of side lobes has decreased as m is equal to 49. So this gives me a very clear picture that what happens if I will increase the value of m or if I will decrease the value of m. Next article is important because we are now going to design the FIR filters, that is design of symmetric low pass linear phase FIR filter having a desired frequency response. Now it is represented as HLPE raised to j omega in frequency domain, which is equal to HD omega, that is desired response. And we have done that. We need to shift the samples of HDN first. So for that, a delay of m minus 1 by 2 units is incorporated into HD omega to attain a filter of length m. That is, HDN need to be shifted by a delay of m minus 1 by 2, which will be reflected in phase in frequency domain. So HD omega is equal to 1 e raised to minus j omega m minus 1 by 2 for omega in the range 0 to omega c. That omega c is cutoff frequency of low pass filter. Once more I repeat that there is a delay introduced that is equal to m minus 1 by 2 units, and it is in time domain, and in frequency domain it appears in phase. That is, it appears as a corresponding phase change. So I am, for designing of FIR filter, I am considering HD omega is equal to 1, that is magnitude in this frequency range, into e raised to a minus j omega m minus 1 by 2. So HDN calculated by applying inverse DTFT equal to 1 by 2 pi in the range minus omega c to omega c e raised to j omega bracket n minus m minus 1 by 2 d omega, that is unit sample response. This is coming by using the inverse DTFT formula. So it is equal to sine omega c bracket n minus m minus 1 by 2 over pi bracket n minus m minus 1 by 2 for all n except n not equal to m minus 1 by 2. Looking at this formula, I can observe that it is still, though I have delayed it, but it is still non-causal and it is of infinite duration. So make it causal and of finite duration, I need to use a window function to truncate HDN. After shifting it or after delaying it by m minus 1 by 2 units, I will truncate it. And how? By using some window function. Here I will do it with rectangular window, as I have first analyzed rectangular windows in frequency domain. So I will use rectangular window to solve this example or truncate the HDN. Now, due to the application of rectangular window, we obtain an FIR filter of length m having unit sample response as Hn. This is HDN. HDN multiplied by Wn will give you sine omega c bracket n minus m minus 1 by 2 over pi n minus m minus 1 by 2 into 1. 1 is coming from rectangular window for these values of n0 to m minus 1, but not equal to m minus 1 by 2. For why this is here, I explain it further. If m is selected to be odd, then the value of Hn at n is equal to m minus 1 by 2 is h m minus 1 by 2 is equal to omega c by pi. And it has been obtained through applying the L'Hospital's rule here for n is equal to m minus 1 by 2. And when you will make program, then this is a usual mistake in the program because we need to calculate it by using L'Hospital's rule. So I have plotted using these sample values, I have plotted the magnitude response of the designed FIR filter on next page. As I have done the analysis, I have performed the analysis of rectangular window for m is equal to 25 and m is equal to 49. Therefore, I am choosing the same values here for the FIR filter. Here, relatively large oscillations or ripples occur near the band edge of the filter. The oscillations or ripples increase in frequency as m increases. Large oscillations or ripples are a result of large side lobes existing in the frequency characteristics W omega of rectangular window. The truncation of HDN by using a rectangular window is equivalent to truncating the Fourier series representation of the desired filter characteristics HD omega. The truncation of Fourier series is known to introduce ripples in the frequency response characteristic H omega is equal to HD omega convolved with W omega by 2 pi due to the non-uniform convergence of Fourier series at a discontinuity. The oscillatory behavior near the band edge of filter is called the Gibbs phenomenon. Due to convolution of window function with desired frequency response HD omega, the ripples move across the discontinuity that exists in HD omega. These are some points, and when I will show you the magnitude response and those facts will be cleared. Now to alleviate, that is to reduce the presence of large oscillations in both the pass band and stop band, we need to use a window function that contains a taper and decay toward zero gradually instead of abruptly. So it is how the windows need to be designed. And the window functions eliminate the ringing effect at the band edge and result in lower side lobes at the expense of an increase in the width of the transition band of the filter. So this is very important. This is how we need to design windows, and it is how the window eliminates the ringing effect, but at the cost of increase in width of transition band. This is very important as far as the design is concerned. Now I will show you the low pass filter, magnitude response of low pass filter designed with rectangular window. I have plotted this in MATLAB, and I have set cutoff frequency is equal to 3 pi by 4. I have chosen the value of m is equal to 25 and m is equal to 49. Now this is normalized magnitude response once more. Now you look at this. As I have increased the value of m, the frequency of ripples has increased. But increasing the value of m, there is a sharp fall in the magnitude response. Whereas for m is equal to 25, the frequency of ripples is low and the fall is roll off in the frequency domain is slow. The red colored line is for m is equal to 25 and blue colored is for m is equal to 49. And this portion is pass band and this is stop band. These are ripples in pass band, these are ripples in stop band, which we have discussed earlier. In the previous lectures, I have shown you a diagram, and this is through simulation or MATLAB programming by proper mathematical analysis. Some important window functions which are used in FIR filter design are as follows. Up till now, we have only focused on rectangular window and its width of main lobe in frequency domain, and its peak side lobe amplitude is minus 13 dB. Now there are other windows also which are used in industrial applications. The first is Bartlett or triangular window. In the time domain, it is Wn is equal to 2n by m minus 1 for n ranging between 0 to m minus 1 by 2, and it is 2 minus 2n by m minus 1 for n ranging between m minus 1 by 2 to m minus 1 and 0 otherwise. Here in frequency domain, the width of main lobe is 8 pi by m and the peak amplitude of side lobe is minus 25 dB. Similarly for Hamming window, in time domain, Wn is equal to 0.54 minus 0.46 cos 2 pi n by m minus 1, and the width of main lobe is 8 pi by m and peak side lobe is minus 41 dB. And for Hamming window, in time domain, Wn is equal to 0.5 bracket 1 minus cos 2 pi n by m minus 1, and in frequency domain, width of main lobe is 8 pi by m and peak side lobe is minus 31 dB approximately. And the last one is Blackman window. In time domain, it is Wn is equal to 0.42 minus 0.5 cos 2 pi n by m minus 1 plus 0.08 cos 4 pi n by m minus 1. And its main lobe width is in frequency domain 12 pi by m and the peak side lobe level is minus 57 dB. Now, if I compare it with rectangular window, I find that for other windows, the main lobe width has increased and peak side lobes amplitude is, let us suppose for Hamming it is minus 31 dB, whereas for rectangular it is minus 13 dB. So Hamming is a better option than rectangular window. Showing the different window functions, that is magnitude of window function with respect to n, it is as shown. The blue color shows the rectangular window, red is showing the Bartlett window, that is triangular. Hamming window is in magenta color, green is showing Haney window, and Blackman window is yellow in color. So it is how they look, and we can view in time domain, window functions in time domain. For m minus 1 is equal to 24, that is m is equal to 25. Now inference is the width of main lobe is also wider for the other windows as compared to the rectangular window. These window functions provide more smoothing through the convolution operation in the frequency domain, and this leads to the wider transition region in the FIR filter response. But we have a solution for that. That is, to reduce the width of this transition region, we can increase the length of window, which leads to a larger filter. So we can reduce the width of this transition region, but expenses that a larger filter will be there. So it's a trade-off. Now, my favorite window, or it's a very famous window, that is Kaiser window, which has found high industrial applications. So the trade-off between the main lobe width and the side lobe area can be quantified by seeking the window function that is maximally concentrated around omega is equal to 0 in the frequency domain. Therefore, a near optimal window can be formed by using the 0th order modified Bessel function of first kind that is much easier to compute. The Kaiser window is defined as Wn is equal to I naught. That is, I naught represents 0th order modified Bessel function of the first kind. I naught bracket beta bracket 1 minus bracket n minus alpha by alpha bracket closed whole square and bracket then closed, its square root I am taking, and then bracket closed, divided by I naught beta for n ranging between 0 to m minus 1 as shown, and 0 otherwise. The expression is a little bit complex. Here alpha is equal to m minus 1 by 2, and I naught represents the 0th order modified Bessel function of the first kind. Here beta is the shape parameter. By varying m and beta, the window length and shape can be adjusted to trade side lobe amplitude for the main lobe width. If window is tapered more, the side lobes of Fourier transform become smaller, but the main lobe becomes wider. The increasing value of capital M while holding beta constant causes the main lobe to decrease in width, but it doesn't affect the amplitude of the side lobes. So these are some features of this window. Now for the design using the Kaiser window, the resulting filter will have the same peak error delta in both the passband and the stopband. Therefore, delta is equal to minimum delta P comma delta S, with delta P as desired passband ripple and delta S is the desired stopband ripple. This is very important in design because we are going to choose delta is equal to minimum delta P or delta S. The passband cutoff frequency omega P of low pass filters is defined to be the highest frequency for which magnitude H omega is greater than or equal to 1 minus delta. The stop band cutoff frequency omega is defined to be the lowest frequency for which magnitude H omega is less than or equal to delta. The transition region exhibits width delta omega equal to omega S minus omega P for the low pass filter approximation. It is for the low pass. Now we define in the Kaiser window, these are some formulas related to the Kaiser window. We define A is equal to minus 20 log 10 delta dB. The Kaiser determined empirically that the value of beta needs to achieve a specified value of A is given by beta is equal to 0.1102 bracket A minus 8.7 for A greater than 50 dB. Beta is equal to 0.5842 A bracket A minus 21 raised to power 0.4 plus 0.07886 bracket A minus 21 when A is in the range 21 dB to 50 dB, or beta is equal to 0 for A less than 21 dB. Therefore, beta is equal to 0 results in rectangular window corresponding to A is equal to 21. We can approximate all the windows by proper setting of parameters in Kaiser windows. For achieving the prescribed values of A and delta omega, M must satisfy the following condition. That is, M is greater than equal to A minus 8 over 2.285 delta omega. The number of filter coefficients M, here M, and the value of beta are used to compute the coefficients of the Kaiser window Wn. Thus, so this is Kaiser window. Here alpha is equal to m minus 1 by 2. I naught is 0th order modified Bessel function of first kind, and beta is the shape parameter. And in the design, you need to be careful about choice of delta, that is minimum of delta P or delta S. And you need to know omega P, that is passband edge frequency, omega S, that is stop band edge frequency, and delta omega for low pass filter approximation. You will define A based on what you have chosen, that is what you have decided what should be delta. And after calculating A, you will calculate beta from this formula. So you first decide what is delta based on this, and then you will decide what is A based on this formula, and using that value of A, you will decide what is beta. And for achieving the prescribed values of A and delta omega, because that you will be given value of omega P and omega S, so you can calculate delta omega. So you have calculated A and delta omega. From that you can calculate number of coefficients, that is M must be greater than equal to A minus 8 by 2.285 delta omega. So the number of filter coefficient M and the value of beta are used to compute the coefficient of Kaiser window Wn. And thus, with these formulas, the Kaiser window design method requires no iteration or trial and error method. It is direct way to design a window based on what is delta, and these specifications are usually given to the designer, that what is the passband edge frequency, what is the stop band edge frequency, and what is the desired passband and ripple, and what is the desired stop and ripple. But this is very important for window design. The resulting filter will have same peak error delta in both passband and stop band when you will attempt the question. So here I have discussed the last window, Kaiser window, and these are some reference books from which I have taken material. And that's all for today's lecture. Thanks for attending this session. See you in next lecture.